performances don't.
Hello YouTube, we're here. Yeah, there we go. We're here. Hip hop's most embarrassing performances, part 2, and we're here. Just dropped. I didn't see the first one, but we're here for the second one. Hip hop's most embarrassing performances, really? People really be like having bad performances and like embarrassing themselves? I'm curious.
Live performances don't always go to plan. Right. Even when you think you've got everything mapped out and you've got a crowd that's ready to hang on to your every word, there's still such a large margin for error and a whole array of variables, which could mean that you go from looking like the man to having them say, "Oh man, I'm glad that isn't me up there." You wanted it, you got it. It's your boy Luesta, and these are Rap's most embarrassing performances part 2. The one we posted last week got 1 million views, making it one of the biggest videos on my channel, so I figured why not just check out some more of them. And this time, we're beginning with a modern artist who is renowned for giving his all when he's on the stage, in Kevin Gates. Known for his seemingly endless levels of energy and wild lyrical content, Kevin strikes a rare balance of being imposing and hilarious all in one. Because for every blistering, hard-edged bar or wild X-rated claims, he's also prone to straight-up wild antics and hilarious humor.
One thing I love about Rihanna, I never looked at the ass. I always looked at that fucking cranium, that football helmet that she got on her fucking forehead. I always loved that about that woman. Like, if you get mad at me, like, you I kiss you on your forehead. Who you talking? Who you getting loud with? Who you disrespect? I kiss you on your forehead. You better stop playing with me. Hey, when we get home, I'm gonna kiss you on your forehead.
And as it turns out, that doesn't change when he hits the stage either. He's certainly renowned as a spirited performer. At times, he can get downright freaky with it to the point that some people think he'd get jail time if he really acted like that in the bedroom.
Dick all in your stomach, pull your hair, slap your hand. Better not do no run. I'm putting dick all in your stomach. Dick all in your stomach, pull your hair, slap your hand. Bitch, you better not do no running. I say dick down, I dick you down, dick.
But this isn't about his graphic motions on stage. In this case, we're looking at how he handled taking a big stumble while performing. Over time, Kevin hasn't been the most elegant person on stage and has wound up on his ass several times. However, the most infamous tumble he's ever taken came during a festival performance where he collapsed out of nowhere. But while that's nothing new for him, how he decided to instantly respond to it had people scratching their heads as he began to strip off his clothes.
What? Say God on my side, ain't got nothing to hide, now I'm running from nothing. I say I won't.
Instantly, the decision had people divided as to whether this was the best way to handle such a potentially cringe-inducing moment, or if it was a little rogue, as some commenters weighed in claiming it made the show more lit. Was taking his shirt off supposed to make them forget that he just fell? Weird reaction to falling is all I'm saying. But given all that we know about Kevin Gates, anyone who is surprised that he'd do something that random just hasn't been paying enough attention to him. And it's fair to say that the next individual on the list has made it clear who they are in practically every interaction. If you've ever seen one of Cardi B's explosive Instagram lives, you'll know that she isn't a woman who minces her words or has any issues going after those who she feels have wronged her. After all, this is the same woman who had a very public fight with Nicki Minaj at New York Fashion Week of all places. So, when a fan antagonized her during a show at Dre's Beach Club, it's really no surprise that she crashed out. Cardi was doing a set on a hot day when she asked her fans to splash her a little with water, but someone basically domed her with ice, and consequently, she took things a little too far to the point that it made the news.
Boy, the internet is latching on to the latest incident of fans throwing things at performers on stage. This time, an object was thrown at rapper Cardi B. Ooh, Yeah, there you go.
Crazily, this wasn't her only mic tossing incident that weekend.
Really?
At another show at Dre's nightclub that took place just hours before that, she also hurled her newfound weapon of choice at her DJ in frustration. Initially, the victim of the mic attack considered pressing charges, but they were eventually dropped. Later, the weapon was auctioned off by the audio equipment company it was leased from for charity, with the bidding eventually ending on $99,900. Later, Cardi explained her actions, insisting that it got out of hand and she just saw red.
It was really like a quick reaction. It was really like, and let me tell you, motherfucker, I didn't want to address it because I thought a bitch was gonna go to jail, but I'm not. It was hot as fuck. There was a part of the show that I told people, like, you know, splash me. But even when I told them splash me, I was like, "Mate, be careful with the faces. The faces be bitch." Fucking 4 songs after, which is like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes after, this bitch threw water and ice on my face. I just automatically reacted. I didn't even know that I was throwing it at I just, and when I look at the video, it's like, nah, you intended to throw that shit in my face, because you ain't did it like this. You threw it
like it was
like, and that shit had ice.
Thankfully, Cardi managed to avoid litigation over the situation, but not every rapper is so lucky. Just look at Afroman's lengthy legal battle after he smacked a lady in front of the world. For the vast majority of people, you probably haven't heard much about Afroman since the early 2000s, which spawned hits like Because I Got High and Colt 45. But he initiated a massive storm of controversy years later when he responded to a stage invader with an extreme, and I mean extreme, response. Damn, even today, people can't believe what they saw. Afroman's greatest hits. He slapped her like she took the last hit of the blunt. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Speaking after the fact, Afroman insisted that it happened because he wasn't down for being trolled and wanted to ensure that she'd be the last person to try that. But he reportedly didn't intend to hit her that hard.
And over the years, I'd be rapping and girls would get up on stage. I want to be like, okay, this chick likes me. But in reality, she's saying, F you, it's all about me. It's competing with me. Then you got people that want to do humiliating shit to you and put it all up on YouTube. And then when one group of people see people doing shit to you on YouTube, you get this whole percentage of humanity that starts coming to your show and they want to do it too.
With the rapper stating it was the product of a bad day, he ended up getting sued for $65,000. And to make things worse, he couldn't evade it after the fact.
You know, you can do a million things right, but the one thing you do wrong, there's gonna be a group of people that throw that in your face forever.
As to whether he learned his lesson, Afroman later rid himself of another stage invader in slightly less ruthless fashion and without ever fleetingly breaking his flow.
Check it out, mad simple. After you're set up with your account, all you're gonna do is go up and hit the upload button.
Because of losing his cool, Afroman was held up for cash and wound up losing. But while he was metaphorically robbed, Sticky Fingers of Onyx once made an audience feel like they were really about to have to run their jewels. At the 1994 Source Awards, Onyx headed to the Paramount Theater with high hopes of winning. After all, they weren't only nominated in various categories, but the crew behind some of the most formidable New York rap groups of the 90s were also performing. Across the evening, Onyx walked away with nothing. So by the time he took to the stage, Sticky was in a mood to make a statement like only he would.
After we won at the Soul Train Awards, we did the first annual Source Awards, but they didn't show us any love. We got nominated for a few awards, but we didn't win anything. So I shot it up, literally, on stage while performing Throw Your Guns.
And if you thought that he was talking figuratively, he's really, really not. Naturally, security rushed him in the aftermath.
Like, shot straight up in a crowd of people. And they wanted everybody else who had guns to do the same thing. Nah, that's crazy, bro. Nah, that's crazy. Why? Because he didn't win? So he's like, fuck it.
But this wasn't Sticky's first rodeo, so he stashed it. Apparently, the whole thing was a spur-of-the-moment decision, and according to Fredo Starr, he didn't even alert his fellow bandmates before it happened.
Jay was like, yo, Jam Master Jay was like, yo, y'all gotta perform, man. Just cause you ain't win no awards, you still gotta perform.
Right.
So when we got on stage, I didn't even know Sticky had a gun. You know what I mean? I didn't know nothing.
Damn, really?
I'm on stage rapping. That nigga shot that shit. I was ready to duck. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying?
God.
So then he slid the, thing to the side. And when we got backstage, of course, police are gonna be there.
Right.
So police was there, like, where's the gun? Where's the gun? But by that time, it was, that shit was out the building already.
Crazily, this whole incident came just 1 year before the ceremony would be televised. And it's safe to say that the infamous group behind Throw Your Guns weren't invited back. Speaking of which, this is probably the case when it comes to the possibility of Kid Cudi ever playing Rolling Loud again after how disastrously his last headline set was. Prior to taking stage at Rolling Loud in Miami, Cudi's performance was already shrouded in controversy. For one thing, he wasn't even supposed to be in that position because the original headliner was none other than his former mentor turned enemy, Kanye West. With that, Cudi was in a tough spot, as while he is a legend, he was ultimately up against an audience that had paid to see a man he had been publicly feuding with. And when he took the stage, they made their feelings known, pelting him with bottle after bottle until he eventually snapped.
I will walk off this stage. If y'all throw one more fucking thing up here, I will leave. I will leave right now. Throw one more fucking thing on the stage and I will walk off. I'm not fucking playing. I'm not fucking playing. You will ruin it for everybody. I will fucking leave. If I get hit with one more fucking thing, if I see one more fucking thing on this fucking stage, I'm leaving. So fuck it.
And sure enough, that's exactly what occurred, leaving the crowd with no headliner.
But I mean, like, I feel like he shouldn't have done that, but at the same time, he literally got pushed through the edge. The entire night they were throwing shit at him. And then once it finally hits him in the face, he's like pissed off. I would have done the same thing, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, cause like, it's just annoying. And you're really ruining for everybody else. Honestly, I kind of agree with him.
In the aftermath, people tried to work out what went down. Some thought that Cudi just didn't seem like a good replacement for Kanye. Between the Ye Cudi drama and the crowd being upset that Playboi Carti's set got cut short, he was walking into a shit show. Speaking about it after the fact, Cudi made no apologies for his behavior and felt his response was completely valid. It's supposed to be an unspoken agreement amongst artists and fans that you're supposed to give the utmost respect and not interfere with the performance, he said after the event. In Cudi's case, his inflammable error came from choosing to depart from a situation he didn't want to be in. But at least it was only projectiles that he was hit with, because in Ply's case, his performance was derailed when someone tried to hit him with a belly-to-belly suplex out of nowhere.
What?
Let me show you how to block this ad. First, you're gonna click on this video, then you're gonna download Pi. It's an ad blocker that's
You guys remember Plies, right? The Florida rapper who released a series of smash albums on Slip and Slide back in the late 2000s? Well, the rapper once commanded a thriving fan base who'd come out in droves to see the platinum-selling artist. And back then, he was swarmed with fans. However, it's fair to say that when one man tried to show him love, he got a little carried away when Plies wasn't giving him the attention he wanted. So he decided to body slam him. Onlookers believe his team was at fault for letting this happen. A billion dudes on stage and you get grabbed off the stage at your own concert. Everybody getting fired if it was me. With the world being mused about what happened, the rapper attempted to explain what occurred, but it only raised more questions.
Got mad at me in the club last night.
But let's go. Color money.
Handsome, bitch. Big come tell me, don't talk to me like that. You tell that shit to a dude. I said, you look like a dude.
Then the culprit himself weighed in, claiming he was disrespected.
So when I got close, security moved me back. Fly called me back to the stage and shit. So I'm like, hey, Flyers, man, what's up, bro? I just want to shake your hand, bro. I see my cousin that had pictures with you and shit, bro. I fuck with you, bro. You one of my top 5 favorite artists. That started talking that fuck shit. So I dropped his ass out. Any real nigga would do like, bitch, fuck you, bro. Because you don't fuck with me. Why the fuck I'm gonna fuck with you, bro? I don't give a damn what your record is or how real you is, bro.
In a situation like Ply's, it's really hard to say if he was at fault for the embarrassing moment. But that's certainly not always the case. Because sometimes, an artist's onstage antics will come back to majorly haunt them once their true character is revealed. Unless you've been residing under a rock, you probably know that these days, R&B superstar R. Kelly is currently spending his days in federal prison on trafficking charges. And when people re-examine his legacy, there are many who feel that the Chi-Town legend was hiding in plain sight.
Do you like teenage girls? When you say teenage, how are we talking? Girls who are teenagers.
But it wasn't just in
I honestly, I see this clip all the time. I feel like what he responded with kind of makes sense because you say teenage, but 18 and 19 are still teenagers. Because they have teen, like, with, like, because it's 18, 19. So they're still teenagers. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, 18 and 19 is still technically a teenager. You're considered an adult. Wait, why not just be a teenager and then at 21 you're an adult? Because 21 then you can do whatever. Because 18, 19 you're considered an adult, but you're still a teen. I don't get it.
His interviews. On stage, he engaged in a lot of strange conduct that doesn't look good when you know he held women hostage at his house.
For someone to come home with me, will it be you? Or will it be you? All you have to do is be baby. You can play house with me. You will be the mother, and I will be the daddy.
But for all the insane incidents there were, nothing has aged quite as badly as his recruitment drive in Ethiopia. Seriously, this one has to be seen to be believed.
Always Graphics is there every step of the way, equipped to handle any printing project, big or...
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Who wants to come back with us to America?
Obviously, that's the most strangely menacing thing of all time, and it has pretty much left anyone who's ever seen it stunned by what occurred. I've never heard human trafficking advertised in such a pleasant little jingle before. After something that horrifying and hilarious all at once, let's look at an infamous moment involving a hip-hop artist and a time where he had enough of the crowd. From time to time, Lil Wayne has had some inadvisable moments on stage. Not exactly known as the picture of sobriety, it's his usually relaxed state of mind by the time that he gets on stage, which gives us moments like him thrusting at Louisiana Fest, just as he was lobbying for a Super Bowl halftime show. Naturally, this got him clowned almost universally, as the prospect of him performing on such a grand stage as the halftime show seemed more absurd than ever.
What was he thinking? This some shit you do in the bathroom. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. He even elongated that. Like, bro, are you being murdered on stage? What is that? What is that?
But while this wasn't exactly his finest hour, he clearly gave his all to his fans that night. However, once again, that isn't always the case. And during a show in LA a few years back, Weezy snapped when an attempt to introduce one of Young Money's new signees, Alan Cubis, to the crowd didn't work out well. And in one of his more petulant moments, Weezy decided to storm off stage and effectively ended the show when he didn't get the response he was looking for.
We appreciate it, but we ain't about to be bending over backwards for these folks. We work too hard for this shit. We work way too hard. This is my motherfucking artist, Adam. That was Twitch, that was Josh. We are Young Money. money. We appreciate y'all time. It's good. We appreciate you.
At the time, the hip-hop world wasn't exactly pleased with his overly emotional and entitled display. With one user writing, "I understand Wayne's loyalty, but you can't make an audience/crowd cheer or accept a new artist. It needs to happen naturally." In that situation, things got awkward for everyone involved. But sometimes, that can happen without an artist leaving the stage. Just look at the collective confusion caused by a certain Australian rapper's fake Atlanta accent during a freestyle. Throughout her career, Iggy Azalea has never exactly been beloved. In fact, even people like T.I., who were once her allies and mentors, eventually tried to disown her. And while there's a whole host of reasons why she became a laughingstock, performances like this one at a festival didn't help.
Tire marks, finish line with fire marks. When the relay starts to move on the train. Master, she know the pants got spit like a plaster. Raptor, bench her deal like go like dash, faster, motorbike faster. He gotta get a bitch, pass to the rapture. White bitch go back and blow like a wind. Perhaps your rooftop in the wind. When I
This shit's ass, bro. Now I don't say nothing like she's an artist, she has fans. Nah, you know what? Fuck it. Nah, this shit's ass. Do we? If this is dead ass what she's saying, this shit sucks.
Master, she know the pants got spit like a plaster. Raptor. Bench her deal like go like dash, faster, motorbike faster. He gotta get a bitch, pass to the rapture. White bitch go back and blow like a wind. Perhaps your rooftop in the wind. Motorbike faster.
Iggy gotta get it, bitch.
Gotta get a bitch, pass to the rapture.
Rap to my raptor.
White bitch go.
Why pitch go like a goat? A white bitch like a wheel. Penthouse Chiro with a wheel.
When I win, no, when I win, they good like she got hoes on call.
What the fuck are you saying?
Got hoes on call to come through, take a protocol. Just damage it, that's my protocol. These many Australians on sauce and no camera. I don't care who you are. No killer rap, gotta give it to you raw. Bitch, 1 point, when the pass me the joint, gotta twist this beat. I'm spraying my joint. Drink crack rap. One till the pop pop. Who know to the rap city, no ticket, yeah, should he do it? I'm roll, no diggle, from motherfucking man. It's Iggy, not Jiggle.
Since then, people have still hoped that one day, whatever she truly said would come to light. This is how English sounds to people who don't speak it. Guys, chill. When the aliens visit us, she's gonna translate. While that moment was all in good fun, Iggy has also faced heavy criticism during a show in Rio de Janeiro when she chose to keep performing, even as one of her dancers suffered a medical emergency.
Scary moment at singer Iggy Azalea's concert. One of her dancers collapses on stage.
Somebody bring a medic up here.
But instead of stopping the concert, held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, she keeps singing.
Just to get you, I'm doing whatever works.
The dancer seen here next to Azalea on stage suffered a seizure during the song Black Widow. You can see her convulsing on stage. After a brief pause, Azalea keeps on going.
And with behavior like that, it's hard to feel bad for the fall off she's had. Speaking of falling, our first edition of this video featured the notorious moment where Travis Scott fell into the abyss in autotune. But believe it or not, this isn't the only issue he's had with his technology on stage. In another instance, the Cactus Jack leader, who heavily relies on vocal effects, was left stranded when his autotune suddenly cut off and led him to hitting a terrible and majorly funny note. In the aftermath, people were left in hilarity over the shocked expression on Travis's face at finally being exposed. He realized he's been moaning into a mix the whole time. Bro heard his own voice for the first time. With an incident like that, LaFlame was getting cooked from a distance and there's nothing he can do about it. But very occasionally, artists get a chance to take matters into their own hands and take out the audience members that are heckling them. At the outset of his career, Akon wasn't a man to mess with. Fresh out of prison, he was incredibly jacked, and the last thing we'd want to do is to get caught heckling him. But for one fan, that really did happen. And let's just say that Akon didn't take it too well, and wound up hitting bro with an attitude adjustment back into the crowd. Years later, Akon discussed what went down with Club Shay Shay. And in his opinion, he had to let it be known that he wouldn't tolerate that kind of behavior in order to ensure that no one else would try him.
So I'm on stage and I'm performing, and the next thing you know, I see something coming at me. At first I thought I was seeing something, but then when it got really close, I was like, oh, whoa, that almost like hit me in the face. And I said, yo, wait a minute, who threw that? The crowd, everybody just pointed to him.
You had to, okay, he pointed,
so
he did it.
Now at that point, it's like, okay, shoot, what do I do now?
Right.
I couldn't let it slide because especially in the industry we was in around that time, if one person tries you, everybody feel like they can try you.
Right.
So it's almost like you had to set an example.
Ultimately, this wasn't all that embarrassing for Akon himself.
Yeah.
After all, he got to show off his strength and inform the crowd that he wasn't to be trifled with. However, what the game has previously tried to show off on stage on numerous occasions has been far more cringeworthy. Because for the most part, people think that it's a fake stunt. Throughout the course of his career, the game has always tried to carry an air of inherent coolness, but his rash behavior is often to the detriment of this quest. However, there is one particular aspect of his stage show that really doesn't help matters, and that's his attempts to drink full bottles of liquor on stage. Seriously, go online and you will find infinite versions of this same video.
Doing that in swimming pools is crazy. That song is about how drinking is bad, and it's like it fucks up with your life and your decisions, and you're just gonna finish a whole bottle like that? Really?
But alongside the footage, you will find plenty of comments from people who don't buy that he's really doing it. Unless anyone saw him break the seal, it's water. This is more planned than his freestyles. Despite the fact that everyone thinks this is up there with the endless red rolls white ceiling bars as the most embarrassing trick in his arsenal, the game clings on to this gimmick to this very day. In fact, he even did so during his appearance on Drink Champs.
Let's see if Gabe is gonna do it. Come on, everybody.
We're gonna have a different game. We're all professionals, don't try this at home.
Whether or not you think it's real,
They had shit, right?
during his appearance on Drink Champ, clings on to this gimmick to this very day. In fact, he even did so during his appearance on Drink Champs.
Let's see if Gabe is gonna do it. Come on, everybody.
We're gonna have a different game.
Whether or not you think it's real, there's no reason for the game to be acting like he's pledging to be in a college dorm at this point in his life. However, what was definitely not fake was the pain inflicted on Tyler, the Creator, during a performance at the House of Blues. Way back in the Odd Future days, Tyler, the Creator was known for having the most chaotic live performances out there. Full of stage dives and other antics, he and his crew such as Haji Beats, Left Brain, Damo Genesis, and Jasper Dolphin would whip the crowd into a frenzy. But sometimes they got a little carried away with themselves, and during a crazy performance, he ended up breaking his foot.
Full of shit, like I hate that. Come on down, go that classic, hit that ball. Let's play guns.
In effort to stop the energy from dying down, Tyler kept the crowd lit by stage diving even with a broken foot.
It's supposed to be fuck a man. Motherfucker,
Damn!
By the time the song concluded, he explained what occurred on stage, and to say that the injury looked nasty would be an understatement.
I don't know how many of y'all seen when I first came out that I fucked up right there. I hurt my foot bad. My fucking bone is like popping out.
Despite the fact that the whole world saw it happen, an interview with Tim Westwood
Oh, shit, dude.
saw Tyler give a totally different version of events as only he could.
Was there a hater in the crowd who didn't support you?
No, I got this. I didn't get this from jumping in the crowd. I was attacked by a dragon.
Oh my God.
I was walking down the street and the dragon said, hey.
Can I suck your toe?
No, it just said, hey. I ran and it caught me and bit my foot. Now it's in jail.
Motherfucker!
Man, let's hope that he stays on his feet when it comes to the Chromacopia tour. But he has to be saluted for still diving into the crowd with a broken foot. It's your boy Luesta, and this has been another installment of the most embarrassing performances. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.